Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we have a Detroit Pistons versus Cleveland Cavaliers recap video for you guys. Before we get into it, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are 20 subscribers away from 10,000, so thank you guys all for the support. If you're a Cavs fan, you are probably very, very upset right now. They came into tonight's game having an incredible week. They're just right off a win against the Milwaukee Bucks, and they just crumbled. They crumbled like a 3-month-old cookie in the fourth quarter, missed free throws, turnovers, the bench doing absolutely nothing. But the Detroit Pistons, on the other hand, man, they did a phenomenal job, especially in that second half. Cade Cunningham, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know Cade Cunningham is my Rookie of the Year pick. Like, he was my Rookie of the Year pick before he even got drafted to the Detroit Pistons. I've just always been big on Cade, and tonight he actually suffered in the first half. And I was watching this game closely because my buddy Zach's kind of kicking my ass in fantasy basketball right now, and I have Cade Cunningham and I have Evan Mobley, and so I was heavily watching this, and Cade finishes that first half with 0 points. I'm thinking, what in the hell is going on here? Cleveland is definitely about to win this basketball game. Cade Cunningham, Saddiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Trey Lyles, Frank Jackson, all of them, they were like, hell no. Absolutely not. And really, man, we'll talk about like everything in this game, but what really happened that I was really annoyed with for Cleveland is just Detroit's bench just kicked their ass, dude. They just kicked their ass. Frank Jackson finishing with 19 points tonight. Trey Lyles going 15 and 7. All four Pistons bench players had a positive plus minus, and the lowest plus minus it was Trey Lyles with plus 13. You go ahead, you look at Cleveland, it's just not the same, man. It is not the same. And I'll say this real quick. Rajon Rondo keeps finishing these games for Cleveland, and you know, especially in a game, especially in a week where you've had Dean Wade close out your basketball games, I don't understand why Dean Wade was not out there tonight. Dean Wade made huge threes. What was it, against that Buck? Was it the Bucks? No, I think it was the Heat game. 2 games ago, Dean Wade was just draining important three after important three in the fourth quarter. And tonight we saw Rajon Rondo, and it's like, it wasn't even just this game. It's like been honestly every single Cavs game I've seen since he's come back from his injury is he's just not making the right decisions. And, you know, granted, it's not all his fault because, you know, he'll get the basketball with like 5 seconds left and he'll be at the 3-point line, and it's like, all right, Rajon, you need to make a split-second decision here. You're at the 3-point line. You are not a 3-point shooter. Either dribble, drive, and kick it out, try and get a layup going, or pass that ball immediately. There was like 2 straight possessions in the fourth quarter time where Rajon Rondo took the shot, and it was like one of them was a pull-up, or one of them was a floater that I guess wasn't a horrible attempt, but he bricked it, didn't even hit the rim. And then the literal next possession, Rajon gets the ball with like 20 seconds left in the shot clock, fucking shoots a 3, dude. They didn't even need a 3. And if you're shooting a 3, Rajon should not be the one. So, I mean, he kind of pissed me off tonight. Before the injury, he was playing phenomenal for Cleveland. And since then, I just haven't really gotten the same vibe from him. You could tell Cleveland is really suffering just scoring the basketball right now when their starters are not out there. And you can tell even when their starters are out there, like closing tonight's game, when you don't have a guy like Lauri Markkanen out on the floor and you're running a lineup consisting of 3 guards, Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, and Rajon Rondo. Well, the bad news is Rondo and Okoro don't get enough respect from downtown because they're not great statistical 3-point shooters. So Detroit's going to crowd that paint. You got 2 damn 7-footers, so you're going to crowd the fucking paint. You're going to put as many bodies on them as you can, and you're going to make Okoro. You're going to make Rondo make their threes and beat you that way. And that it just didn't happen. It was happening, I guess, for like 3 quarters, and then Cleveland comes out and scores 17 in the fourth. But like I said, man, shout out to Detroit. They win a lot of interesting games. You know, Detroit's a really interesting basketball team. I mean, obviously, if you guys watch this channel, you know I used to live in Detroit, and I'm a big not a big Pistons fan, but like I'm a big Detroit supporter. I'm definitely not rooting for them. And tonight, man, Cade Cunningham did a phenomenal job. I think Sadiq Bey did a phenomenal job. The future is really bright right now. The future is really bright with Detroit. The hope, I think, for me with Detroit is that they have one star outside of Cade Cunningham. And I'm looking at Sadiq Bey and I'm looking at Isaiah Stewart. And, you know, I'm throwing Killian Hayes in there. He didn't play tonight. Or he did play tonight. Sorry, he came off the bench. He didn't start tonight. When the hell did that happen? Killian Hayes didn't start tonight? Just throwing Corey Joseph out there in the starting lineup. Was this a new thing? This had to have been a new thing because Killian Hayes just went off the other game with like 12, 6, and 6 or something like that. But anyways, I guess even more so now, Killian, if he's coming off the bench, or they even like that, just like kind of depresses me. But anyways, of this whole Pistons roster, I'm looking at a franchise player in Cade Cunningham. All right, I'm looking at a superstar franchise player. I think Cade Cunningham, at the very least in his NBA career, will go 17, 7, and 7. Very least. Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey. These are two really talented basketball players. I think Sadiq probably gets my leg up. And a lot of it has to just come down to consistency. I would say that Sadiq and, both of them have actually been improving steadily this season. Keep in mind they're extremely young. But I'm hoping at least one of those, Sadiq and Isaiah, kind of turns into a star. You can loop Killian in there if you want to as well. He's coming off an injury, right? This man's been battling injuries all season. You're just hoping, obviously you have your franchise guy, but you're just hoping that you found another kind of gem. You're just kind of hoping you found another gem because whether, it might not be this next offseason, but especially the way the season's going for Detroit right now is you're looking pretty poised for at least a top 7 pick. The reason I say that is I'm a Bulls fan, and, we had, 3 straight years being like a terrible team and getting the 7th pick in the draft, which is always so annoying. But let's say you get the 7th pick in the draft. It's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't the end of the world. And that's the good news is that they'll probably be a better than 7th pick. But even if you are, it's okay. Detroit, like I said, probably not this next season, especially considering the free agencies. The way things are looking, I don't think Detroit is going to be a top destination. But I would imagine once Cade Cunningham wins his Rookie of the Year, then once Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, throw in Killian Hayes even in that list, next season, once one of those 3 players breaks out and kind of hopefully gets to, if not close to, a all-star bid, that's when you're going to start seeing some players head on over to Detroit. Now, with the whole Jeremy Grant situation, it's really interesting, and I think they are. It's honestly a coin flip, man. It's honestly a coin flip. The thing with Jeremy Grant is you have this kind of bond with Troy and Jeremy right now because, and the whole Detroit organization in general, because you have a young player who wasn't really getting the proper opportunity, and he was looking to go somewhere else to kind of be that main option and get paid his bag. Not a huge bag, but he was trying to get his bag. And Detroit offers him a nice 3-year, $60 million contract, $20 million a year. Still a young player. But Jeremy's come out and said he doesn't want to be like a 3rd or 4th option on a team. So for me, the way I see it is Troy Weaver, especially year 2 in a rebuild, year 2 as his being GM, you don't want to make your city look bad. You don't want to make your team look bad. So part of you doesn't want to trade Jeremy Grant to like the Chicago Bulls where he can be the 3rd option, because what if that's actually not what he wants? Are you willing to kind of lose that player GM relationship, or what's the situation going on? So the whole Jeremy Grant trade idea situation is kind of going on right now. I'm up in the air, man. I have no idea. I don't think he'll get traded to the Lakers, that's for sure. I don't see my Chicago Bulls honestly pulling the trigger on a trade like that where you send like Patrick Williams over to Detroit, who I think would fit in perfectly. Like literally Patrick Williams in Detroit I think would be awesome. But we'll see. And then from Cleveland's standpoint, it's really interesting as well because Rajon looked like one of the best things you could have done after the deadline, or after, Ricky Rubio got injured. And I would say, tonight was just not good. 1 of 6, 1 of 4 from downtown. I even taken 4 threes. 5 assists, 2 steals. That's a good part. Rajon isn't going, at this point in his career, he isn't going to put up stats every single night. If he does put up stats, he's not going to put up stats every single night for you. It's more of the impact. And like I said, I'm not blaming Rondo on like continuously kind of messing up in the fourth quarter, because it's just weird, man. It's just like weird. Like Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, those aren't really like consistent, reliable 3-point shooters. Darius Garland, they're going to put an extra body on him. It's just a tough situation, and I'm trying to figure out ways. I think, honestly, ways would be playing Lamar Stevens more than 8 minutes. Cedi Osman, maybe not more than 22 minutes, but just kind of switching up some rotations and lineups out there, because Cedi, once again, had a really solid night. 4-7 from the field, made 2 of 4 from downtown, finished with 13 points. Cedi looks like he's finally out of his cold streak right now. I'd love to see Brandon Goodwin play some basketball again. I understand Dylan Windler went 0-3 tonight, but I think at this point in your rotation, like, I understand coaching a game within a game, but I think at this point, where your team is injury-wise, I think you need to give Dylan Windler more than 4 minutes. I just think you need to give him more than 4 minutes. Other than that, man, there just really isn't much. Garland played well, Mobley played well, Dean Wade played really well, but only saw 26 minutes out there. It's just a tough loss for Cleveland, and like I said, it really kind of sucks because their morale was so high coming into tonight after taking down the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champions, and you're 1 game away from going 3-0, and fourth quarter comes, you score 17 points, and you just can't get the job done. So it sucks, but good win for Detroit and a really tough stinging loss for Cleveland. So that's it for today. Actually, real quick, I love making this. I love kind of divisional conference rivalry games like this. Growing up as a Bulls fan, like I mentioned 18 times in this video, Detroit, Cleveland always have been in the same division, and along with Milwaukee, Indiana, like, these games are just really fun. And once we start getting closer and closer to the playoffs, I feel like they get even more fun, even if both teams aren't in playoff contention. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, hit that sub button. New shirt, made it my own. And all my socials are down below. I go live on Twitch a lot. I tweet every day. All that good stuff's down below. And I'll see you guys later.